Hello and welcome to this edition of the Time with Hime podcast. I'm your host, Lynn Cordes, joined by Superintendent Hime. We're in May. Can you believe it?
Man, it's going to be fast. You better get to look. Make sure you're looking at your school site web pages, the calendars, following your take-home notes, and any other information you can get because there is so much going on the next 2 weeks.
And we have 3 weeks before the last day of school.
Yes.
That is just crazy.
14 days of school, somebody told me.
It's going fast. I
There's
can't believe
something every day on the calendar.
Speaking of every day, let's talk about what we have coming up this week because starting tomorrow, we have 2 big events.
We got Showcase tomorrow, which is I'm excited about, our elementary showcase, because obviously we haven't had that since I've been here, so this will be new to me, and I hear it is amazing. So I have that on my calendar for tomorrow night, and it's also Thursday night.
Correct, and it's at a new location. Usually it's at McMahon Auditorium, but we are going to switch over to Eisenhower Middle School.
Yeah, that's a great facility, so we're really excited about showing off Eisenhower Middle School, that new auditorium, but also watching our students perform is going to be exciting.
And the show starts at 7 p.m. So
Eisenhower Middle School.
And then tomorrow night at the LRC, and this is where we know we have a lot of activities because things are starting to be right on top of each other.
Yes.
But we're running out of time, and so we have the Native American Senior Feather Ceremony
Yes, that's
evening.
tomorrow at the LRC.
Yes, sir. And then next week, we have the big event of...
On Tuesday, we have the Teacher of the Year ceremony. At the same time, we have our FFA banquet, I believe. At the Teacher of the Year ceremony will be at Eisenhower Middle School, and the FFA banquet is at the complex. Is that correct? Coliseum?
The Coliseum. At
Yes,
the Coliseum. And it's going to be a great event. And
always great. I always like the FFA. Hate that I miss it this year because I'll be at the Teacher of the Year ceremony, but FFA always puts on a great banquet.
And at the Teacher of the Year celebration, we're going to announce our Friends of LPS, our first class teacher, and our champions,
yes,
along with the Teacher of the Year.
Very big celebration for Lawton Public Schools to honor some of our supporters and our awesome teachers.
Well, and then before we got to next week, this weekend, we have our middle school esports fair.
Yes,
and
so
fair.
esports is just all over. We got numerous students participating in esports and competing. We're really excited where that's headed. If you pay attention to drones and some of the, you look at Amazon's going to be delivering with drones and all the things going on with drones in the future. The dexterity of esports, that's who they recruit to for those jobs. So it is a career-minded. It is a job that leads. It is a sport or an activity that students participate in that leads to a job.
The one thing that we are celebrating this week, and today kicks it off, is Teacher Appreciation Week.
Yes, and we have awesome teachers. Hey, Lawton gets recognition off the charts because of the great job you as teachers do. Very excited to recognize all the great teachers we have.
And speaking of the teachers, last week we held our career fair since COVID.
Yes, I heard that I was out of town at a conference, so I didn't get to attend, but I heard we had lots of teachers show up and we had a lot of commitments for new jobs. So that's exciting for the school district that we're signing up new teachers.
And what are you looking forward to most as we prepare to end this school year? And then we're rolling into summer school, which our summer school, just for our families, before Mr. Hyman says anything more, is that it closes on Wednesday for you to register.
For the STEM camps and the summer school closes
correct.
Wednesday. So make sure you sign up if you want to go to summer school. That STEM camp's going to be exciting. I know if you paid attention to the newspaper, the city has partnered with Lawton Public Schools to create an awesome atmosphere for our students and increase. And for people that don't understand what the STEM camp was, it'll be similar to a couple hours a day of getting to play in the makerspace. So your students, I know the students would really love that in the summer, and it's in the afternoon, I believe, the STEM camps are. So that's a time when it's really hot. Get your kids something to do inside where it's cooled off.
And we'll still have our summer meal program.
Yes.
Correct. And then we'll push that information out.
Yeah, 10 locations I think he was talking about. So it'll be strategically located throughout the town so that you have easy access.
And it's free for all
yes.
students and children, not just LPS. So we'll make sure we'll share that out.
Yes, and we're excited about that. We always work hard and Daniel and the child nutrition team do a really good job of feeding kids. And that's one of the things, that's one of our goals, to feed our kids.
And we don't have any information. I know that was a question that came in. We don't have anything regarding the waivers for next school year just yet.
No, we're still out there. As a matter of fact, there was somebody speaking on that at that conference I was at this week. and it's still on the plate to try to get as many of those waivers we can, try to do free lunches again, for free meals for everyone again. It's a discussion piece. It's just one of those things that people start looking at ways to cut in the budget, or everybody wants their piece of the pie, and that one we just need to get some people excited about it, because to me it's a no-brainer. Feeding kids is something we should really be excited and really work hard to do.
Now, you did mention Makerspace just a minute ago, and we have two huge shout outs for our Makerspace teachers. You were involved in the presentation of the Air and Space Force Teacher
Yes.
of the Year with Miss Martin.
Yeah, Pat Henry. That was very exciting to go over there, and we got another Makerspace teacher.
Yes, Miss Brooke Rooney from Freedom, and
Yes.
she's doing the Air and Space. I want to say NASA, but it's
Yeah.
the initiative for that.
And then Freedom is going to
MSEC.
MSEC conference, and they're presenting on Makerspaces. So that idea has taken, it's what you give a shout out to great people. We talked this year at this time last year, we were having guests on talking about putting Makerspaces into every school site. And in 1 year, we not only did we put them in, our teachers got so on board and bought so in that we have teachers winning awards that are a part of those Makerspaces. We have teachers going and speaking at conferences that are a part of those Makerspaces. So that's just a shout out to our people. That's when my job is easy, whenever we brainstorm and we come up with these ideas and we get people to buy them. And when they buy in, those things are successful. And that's I'm very excited about that.
And to add, we're doing our middle school course catalog, and something brand new in this catalog that we expanded on is the TAP program.
Yes, and again, our TAP program's another one of those. The ultimate goal of the TAP program is to get it as aligned with our career tech as we can. So students get introduced, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th grade, they can get introduced to various career tech classes, and then they have more background when they make that choice for their junior year of what career tech certification they're going to try to attain before they graduate high school.
And we're even doing a little bit more because we're getting our elementaries involved in that side. For example, our boat race.
Yes, we got that's going to be so exciting.
Share with about it because you did it in your prior district.
When we did it at the prior district, that they built a boat race in their makerspace throughout a couple week period, and then took the boat to the water park and raced the boat. Vanessa Perez, who oversees this, she came back to Lawton whenever I was hired at Lawton, and she's taking it one step further. They're going to build the boats that day and then race them. So actually, they took cardboard and built a boat, and then somebody gets in the boat and has to paddle. Everything's cardboard and duct tape, and somebody has to paddle, and they race the boat. So that's going to be exciting, because the first year that we did it, some of them sank, but the second year, hey, they were some good boats. So I'm excited to see it. It's fun to see kids work together in a collaborative manner and using research and everything, all the resources they can find to create a product, and then use that product in a competition. And that's what 21st century learning is about. It's 2022. I mean, we're going to start we're really already into 2023 school year. And, I heard a statement that we got to start listening that's really interesting. As we move forward, we got to teach things you can't Google. And that's really hard. I was a history teacher. Well, almost everything I taught, they can Google. So we got to find a way to teach what you can't Google. And that's going to be a change for us in education, because students, if they can Google it, they're not interested in you telling them about it. So you got to find a way to present material where it sparks interest so they want to Google it and learn more about it.
And that's a really forward thinking of how we're going to change and add more to our programs. The LRC is expanding. We're adding more courses to our middle school catalog, and then our elementary students are being exposed. And we're going to stream the boat race because that's really cool.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be exciting that the boat race will be streamed. So very, very, very exciting.
And on that same note, on the 13th, when we have the boat race, that is also LVA's graduation.
Yes, here at the LRC. And then the next week, the 19th and the 20th, that's the 3 high school graduations. So make sure you get the times. And they're all at the Coliseum, which is a great location and a great venue for graduation. All those graduations will be there. So make sure you get the times when your graduations are, because obviously all three of those events are full.
And, we've always been asked, and we'll just share it with our, community, why we don't put it out at, outside. Well, we've tried a couple times already, and lo and behold, Mother Nature stops us. And
that was interesting because last year was my first graduation at LPS, and we were putting it outside for one because we wanted to get more social distancing. And as we got closer and closer, and we started getting the 10-day and the 14-day forecast, and it got to closer
down to
and closer.
5,
Yeah,
3.
yeah, as we got closer, it was a storm, so we made the decision early on to move inside. And after being in there, the fact that the air conditioners work and keep you cool, the sound is 10 times better inside than it is out. It's just a great venue for a graduation. It was awesome.
We have a lot of sports and athletic events
wow,
happening. I paused there because I know I'm going to miss somebody.
State track meets are coming up. Watch those. We'll have students in that. Soccer, very successful. We have 2 home soccer games tomorrow.
At Cameron University.
At Cameron, MacArthur girls and
Ike boys.
And
then our Ike girls are heading over to Piedmont.
So we got 3 teams in the soccer playoffs. Very excited about that. Obviously golf's competing today at various locations. I think 6A boys are at Enid. I think we're playing 5A boys here at the Lawton Country Club. So it's just everywhere right now. Follow the newspaper, follow the web pages, keep up. It's got a lot of great things going on, and our students are just so awesome. It's fun to watch them compete in the successes we're having. We're talking this week about the number of academic scholars. We were throwing numbers out looking, in the past. It's kind of amazing. Lawton Public Schools has had 360 academic scholars since 2012, or the last 10 years. That's astonishing. 360 academic scholars. Sometimes we forget to tell our story. We've had like 30 National Merit finalists. We've had 15 or 20 academic all-staters. So we're going to be celebrating those for this year a week from today.
At our board meeting.
So we're excited about that because academics are important as well.
And more information as we round off our podcast, Mr. Hime. Just give an update of the strategic plan and where we're going.
Yep, that strategic plan's got there. I got to meet with all the people in the strategic plan. We're very excited where it's rolling. It'll be approved at the May 23rd board meeting. And that's a shout out. We've had community members, students, teachers, principals. They have put a lot of time and effort in it. And my first look at the document, they have done a great job and created a 5-year plan that can grow to plan what we're going to do at Lawton Public Schools. And again, if you got any questions, thoughts, info@lawtonps.org, info@lawtonps.org. Always go to our webpage, lawtonps.org. If you can't find what you're looking at, please email us at info@lawtonps.org so we can add it to the webpage or update our webpage.
And be sure to follow, like, and subscribe to our social media platforms and YouTube page, because over the next few weeks, it's going to be crazy.
Fast and furious.
That's it. Mr. Hime, thank you so much for joining me today. You guys, thank you as well. Be well, stay safe, make positive impacts, and we'll see you next week. Have a good one.